Has this ever happened to you? You are thinking of lunch while you're walking on a busy road, but you never lose your balance or fall even though your mind is somewhere else. Does it seem strange? No, it is perfectly natural. That is because your body has some special organs that control all your actions. These organs work together. Therefore, they form a team or system called the nervous system. The nervous system won't let you fall on the road even if your mind is not where you are. Now, let us look at the brain in detail. Your brain is the boss of your body. When a message comes into the brain from anywhere in the brain tells the body how to react. That is why your brain is so complex, because it is the main control and relay center of your body. It forms the main part of your central nervous system. If you think of the amount of work it does, your brain does not weigh much, only about 1.4 kilograms. Your brain is covered with 3 membranes. There is a fluid between the inner and middle membranes. It is called the cerebrospinal fluid, and it protects the brain by acting as a shock absorber. The fluid also supplies nutrients to the brain cells. These membranes that protect the brain are called meninges. The outermost membrane is the toughest, and it is called the dura mater. It comes from the Latin word durus, meaning hard. The middle membrane is thin. It gives a cushioning effect to the brain. It has a web-like appearance. Because of the appearance, it is called arachnoid layer. The word is from arachne, which in Greek means spider-like. Pia mater is the innermost layer. It is a very delicate layer, and it is full of blood vessels. Think of the word pad, P for pia mater, A for arachnoid layer, and D for dura mater. You won't forget the names of the meninges. Your brain has many different parts that work together. It is divided into the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. The hindbrain continues downwards as spinal cord. Now, let us look at the biggest part of the brain. Without your forebrain, you would not be able to talk, sing, see, and do many other things. Right through the center of the cerebrum, there is a deep groove running down the middle. See what this groove has done. It has divided the cerebrum into 2 equal hemispheres. The left part is called the left cerebral hemisphere, and the right half is called the right cerebral hemisphere. The cerebrum consists of an outer cortex. The outer cortex is folded. As a result, it looks completely wrinkled. These folds of the cortex are called gyri, and the grooves are called sulci. These folds are very useful for us because they increase the surface area of the cortex. More surface area means more neurons can fit into the cortex, and your brain will be sharper. The outer surface of the cerebrum is grey in color because the grey-colored cell bodies of neurons are lodged here. So, we have named this part of the brain as grey matter. The inner portion of the cerebrum consists of axons. Axons have the myelin sheath around them and appear white. Therefore, where the axons are present, the cerebrum appears white. We have named the portion of the brain as white matter. Your cerebrum makes up 80% of the brain's weight. That is because it is the part of the brain that helps you think. For example, it helps you solve your math sums. The cerebrum helps you reason, like whether you should study now or later. It also makes you remember both what you did yesterday and what happened a few years ago. It controls your voluntary muscles, that is, those muscles that move because you want them to move. When the brain receives signals from your sense organs, it is the cerebrum that informs you what you are experiencing and then helps you react to them correctly. Now see these different areas of the cortex. Each portion is responsible for a different function. For example, you have areas that handle vision, hearing, taste, etc. So, specific areas of the cerebrum are associated with specific functions. Now, look below the cerebrum. This portion is also known as the diencephalon. The diencephalon can be divided into an upper thalamus and lower hypothalamus. Both these parts have their own job to do. The thalamus receives nerve impulses from the sense organs and sends them to the upper region of the body. The hypothalamus region has a very important gland. It is the pituitary gland. This gland secretes hormones which our body needs. The hypothalamus also makes sure that your body temperature does not rise or fall, checks your water balance, and controls your appetite and your sleep. So if you cannot sleep, blame your hypothalamus. See the forebrain and its parts again. The midbrain connects the cerebrum to the cerebellum. As you can see, it is a small region of brain. It acts mainly as a relay station and passes on impulses from the hindbrain to the forebrain. Now we come to the hindbrain. Your hindbrain has two parts, the cerebellum and the brainstem. The brainstem can again be divided into the pons feroli and medulla oblongata. The pons is like a bridge between the two sides of the brain, so it acts like a conducting pathway. The word pons means bridge. See the region behind and just below cerebrum. This is called the cerebellum. It is a lot smaller than the cerebrum, but it is a very important part. It is responsible for the maintenance of the equilibrium and posture of the body. It controls your movements like running and walking. The cerebellum helps you to balance yourself correctly, stay upright, and make sure your muscles work together. Think, how are you able to keep your body straight while walking? Is it because the ground is flat or because you have good shoes? No, it is your cerebellum that keeps you straight. The medulla oblongata is the lowermost part of the brain. It continues downwards as the spinal cord. All nerves from the brain to the rest of the body pass through the medulla oblongata. Your medulla oblongata controls many of the involuntary activities that keep you alive. For example, activities like breathing, heartbeat, movements of the digestive tract, enzyme secretion, and blood pressure.
Let us summarize what we've covered in this learning unit.